Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. Just a quick intro to what we're doing. So in this video I've put up some photographs of Nigel's car. This is the Roadster that we rebuilt the body on it, and he's since had it all worked and painted, and he looks absolutely great. And there's a few pictures, sadly, of somebody that's put his car or E-type fixed that into a ditch, which is quite sad. And most of the stuff is on the bonnet and the subframe of the track day car. So this is just the bit with Nigel, and the other one is just a bit of extra footage. So I hope you enjoy the video, and please put any comments up or thumbs up, whatever you like to do. And I'll catch you in the next one when my guest arrives. I've had a few comments over some months about how Nigel's E-Type is looking. So you can see that's it painted and back on his trailer. I'll give you another. There's a couple. He sent me a few photographs. I did ask him if he didn't mind me putting them up. This is the inside. You can see obviously the bonnet here. Oh, hang on. I'll maybe have to bring you out a little bit. You can see there's the bonnet's over in here. But this is all the inside that we did. That hasn't been changed. This is in getting the front suspension all sorted out, and there's the engine on the stand, which looks great. What I did get from some time back was, I hope this doesn't upset anybody who owns this particular car, but this is unfortunately, this guy's obviously gone off the road with this fixed head coupe, same colour as mine as well, opalescent silver grey, B registration, so that's a 64 fixed head coupe, gone into the ditch, which is really sad. But I'll show you some pictures here. You can see, oh, that's surprising, look at that heater box there, it's rusty as hell. But if you look at the damage on the front of the car and all the underneath of it, but this is a real telltale sign here. You can see, look how much, see all this crack in here? This is all filler. Look at the thickness of the filler under there and around the sides here. So, you know, you can have a car even at this price and age, and people still shove loads and loads of filler in it. Of course you need filler for finishing work, but not to that extent. So I just thought you might be interested in seeing how Nigel's car's going, and he will keep me updated, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Nigel, if you're watching in. So there you go. That's really sad, isn't it, to see a car like that. You know, we've talked about using the we've talked about using these headlight bowls, because they're plastic, and it's easy enough to drill the hole in this to put the hose on the end to make a cold air inlet for the Weber carburetor. And obviously they fit perfectly, and you can also use the ring on them. There's a company called Archangels who apparently make one which is like a ram air that fits in there, and it's tapered. It's got a beveled edge on it here, and it's more tapered, but it's made of fiberglass, and I understand they're about £60 each, which is crazy. These are £12, including all the screws and mechanism, which you can put the chrome ring on. Or alternatively, we always talk about, people will talk about budgets. You can make the same thing for around £1.50, and what you can use is, there you go. That's just, in fact, this is, I tell a lie, it's €1.59. I got two just to try them out. You can see that is too small, but obviously on a new fiberglass front you could use it, because you can make the hole the right size. But in fact, like in every good cookery show, this is one I made earlier. All I did was took the edge off a little bit, and you can see I can put that in. There we go. That's cracked now. It would do, wouldn't it? But anyway, it did go in earlier. I must have had it in a different position, but it fitted in. It was, you know, it's €1.50, so it's not a big deal. But you could actually make them. You could actually put something in there and make that for the same money, or for a tiny amount of money. You could make your own ram air system or air obviously you'd want to put some kind of gauze on it. So I've done a little bit more work now. What I've done is I've put the subframe on. Unfortunately I don't have the proper washers and spacers. With this one, obviously being a track car, we're going to put aluminium lower washers and upper washers, so it's all metal to metal. I've actually tried doing it on my road car, on the beige one, on the beige Mini Cooper, and the vibrations are unbelievable. So for a road car, the noise is terrible, and it vibrates everything through. So it's got solid toe board mounts and aluminium on the beige one. So what we intend to do is pick it up, take them out and put rubber ones back in, or nylon, but certainly the aluminium ones, or metal to metal. What the metal to metal one does is actually gives you more direct, because the subframe is solid to the shell, whereas if there's rubber or nylon or whatever in between it, there's going to be some movement. So you imagine you've got the steering rack attached to the shell, and then the wheels attached to the subframe. So consequently, if there's any movement there, it's going to affect the steering. So all metal to metal will give it absolutely direct, plus it'll have a quick steer in this as well, which is, I believe, 2.2 turns. So that's the reason we're going to change them around. So I just want to show you where we were up to. So what I've done now is I've put in the subframe, just to get a rough idea of where we are, and you can see the subframe's in here now. So what I'll do is I'll take this out, and I was talking about making a frame up for the fronts. I've got this carbon fibre one and a fiberglass one, courtesy of Alex Hart, the DJSE. So I'll take this off and I'll show you how it's going to fit on here, and how I've actually managed to organise these. Excuse me a second. So many tools lying around. So I'll just take this off here, and then I can show you how I've got it on. At the moment it's just on nuts and bolts, but it will be on. I'll make steel rods on the front for it to slide onto. So you can see I can take this off, and that fits absolutely perfectly on there. So I can use that as a stand when we go to racing. When we want to take the front off, I can use that as a stand. So I'll bring it down and I'll show you what I mean. So you can see there, now it's a perfect stand. That fits absolutely spot on money. So I've got a couple of these. I use them mainly for painting work. Yeah, so I'll pop that to one side for a second. And you can see I've got the subframe in place. What I will do also with this subframe is I will weld these towers completely, because they take quite a bit of shock when they're racing, and it's going to have coilovers, so it'll be much harder. So what I'll do is we'll sandblast it completely, and then we'll do some actually webbing on here to make it stronger for the whole front. I know some people do it because they're only welded every so far around here, but we'll weld the whole tower, and then any other little bits and pieces we think that we can make it a bit more rigid with. As I say, these are not the proper washers. I just made these up just now and tightened them, and it is tight. I can lift the whole car with it, even though the heel board's not in. But my guest that's coming on Tuesday is bringing some stuff with him on the flight, so that's handy, and we'll be able to get a bit of work done, get a bit more going with it. So there we are just now. So yeah, slowly moving forward, yeah, I think what we really need to do now is I need to get this finished up, do this other scuttle repair panel, and then take this off and start doing the bulkhead. So I'll get around. It's been the weekend, it's Sunday now, Sunday afternoon, and obviously Saturday and Sunday I don't want to annoy the neighbours. Then right next to us they have fish ponds, carp and koi's and stuff like that, you know, showfish. So I didn't want to annoy him. So what I'll do now is on Monday I can start work again, and Tuesday, as I say, my guest comes. Amir comes back on Monday night. So yeah, should have quite a good week while my guests here. So yeah, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and I hope you'll just watch the build. And if you like it, make a comment, or if you've got any advice or any bits and any thoughts, let me know. Take care. Bye for now.